With the amazing Maya product out, we can now turn to the great Elrond economics update. The ultimate and most important economic question for humanity is how we solve the resource problem. For more than 1 year, we've been thinking hard how we could create the most valuable and useful currency to become a global reserve for the new digital economy. Today, we are super excited to share a significant update that will transform the Elrond economy and will accelerate global adoption. To best understand the fundamentals of the Elrond economic model, it's very useful to employ a physics mental model. The first and most important insight is that a global economy has a definite amount of energy that can always be transformed or absorbed by various economic agents. The deciding factor for absorption of energy between competing agents is that attraction force. The attraction force is defined by a specific economic parameter that we will discuss in a few seconds. Based on the strength of its attraction force, an economic agent will have a velocity that is defined by the speed at which the energy is absorbed and mass grows for each agent. The economic agent with the strongest attraction force will have the fastest growing velocity and fastest mass growth, gradually absorbing all energy available in the system over time. It is by reasoning from first principles that we have created a new currency designed to rapidly bootstrap and achieve unprecedented global adoption. So let's meet the Elrond Gold, the most scarce, useful, valuable, and desirable currency out there. Let's take a closer look at the most important properties that the Elrond Gold has. First of all, I'm super excited to announce that with the mainnet launch, the old Elrond currency will now be called Elrond Gold, signaling a significant and serious preparation for it to become a new digital gold standard that will serve as the default reserve currency. The Elrond Gold currency, which will be the fuel for the entire ecosystem as it has been before, will also have a new ticker. The new ticker will be EGLD. This prefix and suffix is designed to become a new digital currency standard. This will allow other currencies to become part of the Elrond ecosystem and will also allow local governments to onboard local fiat currencies such as EUSD or EUR. Moving forward, the Elrond Gold model will start with a fixed monetary supply of 20 million Elrond Golds and will have a rapidly decreasing issuance rate year over year, reaching zero issuance rate after year 10. The final total max supply after the 10th year will be equal to the number of pi. This means that Elrond Gold will have a total max supply of 31,415,927 Elrond Golds. So here's an overview of how the model will evolve during the next 10 years. As you can see, with blue, we have the issuance rate and the way the circulating supply will evolve. And with red, we have the rapidly decreasing issuance rate that will reach zero after year 10. Moving forward, we can look at the stock-to-flow model, which provides an immediate intuition of nuances that increase attraction force in investors' eyes. The stock-to-flow model is also called a supply growth rate model. Being increasingly attractive, the less supply comes into circulation each year and the higher the ratio is. As you can see, we currently have taken gold, silver, palladium, and platinum as benchmarks to give you an idea what stock means, what flow means, and what the stock to flow ratio really is. If you look at the market value of each of these currencies, you essentially understand that there is a very interesting intuition to be discovered here. Looking at the stock to flow model of Elrond, we can see that during year 5, Elrond comes very close to the stock to flow ratio of silver. Moving past year 5, we can see that during year 8, the stock to flow ratio of Elrond is essentially very close to that of gold. During year 9 and year 10, the stock to flow ratio of Elrond becomes significantly more interesting. But perhaps what differentiates Elrond most from any other currency and model out there is that we've not only created and built in a fixed monetary supply with a rapid and growing stock to flow ratio, with a decreasing issuance year over year, but probably the most important thing is that we've built in a transition to sustainability via fees and adoption. And the brilliant insight of this graph is that with any year that we have, Elrond has a fixed transaction throughput that, if achieved via adoption, will have zero issuance. So that even during year 1 or year 2, if we achieved a really significant adoption, the issuance will become zero for all the other years subsequent to the year when we achieve the throughput that we needed. More important than that, even assuming a very conservative scenario of adoption, we can see in the graph that during year 5, Elrond will achieve a point of zero issuance. What this means is that the implications are very, very strong for the stock to flow ratio that Elrond has. During year 3, Elrond will achieve the same or slightly improved stock to flow ratio than silver. During year 4, it will be very close to that of gold, and during year 5 will basically be in a league of our own. The final question of the model that we are proposing is, how large can it become and how large can it grow? And the awesome answer is that there is no limit to this model. The only limit is the energy available in the global economy that the Elrond currency will be able to absorb. It's very rare that companies and teams get to create a product that has a very large and meaningful impact on the world. So to be able to create several billion-dollar products with the Elrond team and put them together, we're super humbled and also determined to keep raising the quality standards. Each of these components that we've created, namely the Elrond network with its innovative design and performance, the awesome and delightful Maiar product, and the exciting Elrond Gold economics model, is very powerful in itself and is a significant contribution. But when put together, it's like they form a printing press for the first time. In fact, when we look at the Elrond story, the Elrond Gold, the Maiar product, and the Elrond network, we can see that they form a fundamental self-reinforcing feedback loop, which once set in motion cannot be stopped. What is different here than in any other currency is that we have a predictable growth via mimetics and reflexivity, such that users, due to the fixed monetary supply, when joining Elrond, are immediately reflected in price. And the price growth attracts many new users. This happens recursively. So again, the question is, how fast can this happen? How fast can we see adoption moving forward? Well, it's best to plot this via a mental model using chaos theory, epidemics theory, and trying to reason about these things, we can see the following ideas. The three stages that we can look at is going from millions of dollars and millions of users to tens, hundreds, and then billions of dollars. At that point, we will probably reach a few million users. From a few million users, we will probably transition to billions of dollars because users will want to hold Elrond, stake Elrond, and be part of this economy. And third, the most important thing is that from each milestone, from the millions to billions, where we kickstart momentum and energy, to the billions where we reach critical mass and epidemic virality of Elrond, the Maiar product, and the Elrond network adoption, we'll reach a point of trillions in a distant future where we can have pandemic-like virality. The great insight is that we have a predictable feedback loop cycle calculation until reaching a city-level economy, a country-level economy, and a continent-level economy. The most important factor deciding how fast we will achieve these milestones are the transitions in milestone of user dynamics. So when we move from millions of users to tens of millions of users and hundreds of millions of users, at that point, we will see an effect unlike anything we've seen in the blockchain space and in the global economy. The most important and perhaps largest target that we are trying to achieve is reach a point of 1 billion people that have adopted this technology. Once we will reach this point, due to the monetary dynamics, we will very likely move to a post-scarcity world where resources, for the first time ever, don't really matter. So the question then becomes, what do we do next after we have solved this most important resource problem? Well, there are a few things that we've always wanted to achieve and we can finally accelerate. First, we will solve the energy sustainability problem and accelerate all means that we can do to achieve this as fast as possible. Second, we will devote energy and resources to radically extend human lifespan. And thirdly, we have always longed to become a multi-planet species. Well, perhaps now is the point where we can finally accelerate this and make this happen in a much, much shorter time frame. Thank you for being with us. We want to now move to this very special moment of the Elrond Genesis. I will invite our team to come in, and together we will set this timeless technology in motion. Are we ready?
Yes.
Guys, it's time. I'm going to reveal the hidden message in the Elrond Genesis blog. To significantly accelerate all technologies and radically improve society, humanity will have to migrate to a post-scarcity world. Elrond is the first complete solution that will attempt and achieve this. The founding team of Elrond is Benjamin Mincu, Lucian Mincu, Lucian Todea, Adrian Dobriță, Robert Sasu, Radu Chiș, Iulian Pașcalău, Sebastian Marian, Andrei Marinică, Cristian Corcoveanu, Dan Voicu, Daniel Șerb. Notable contributors are Benjamin Brașovean, Felix Crișan, Constantin Toveși, Camil Băncioiu, Andrei Băncioiu, Sever Moldovean. Elrond begins in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.